In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create this effect where when you hover over to the text, the image reveals. We are going to be using the CSS and you will also require the Elementor Pro. It doesn't matter if you use the Elementor Pro, you can basically work it out with any theme because each theme allows you to add the custom CSS. So if you are interested in learning how you can create this mouse hover image reveal effect in Elementor or Bricks Builder or any other builder, you can basically watch this tutorial, and by the end of this video you'll be able to replicate exactly this style on your own website. So if you are interested in doing this, then without further ado, let's get started now. So the first thing that you have to do is to log into the dashboard of your website, and when you log into the dashboard from here, just make sure in the plugin sections you have Elementor, and if you have, you can just activate the Elementor Pro. Otherwise, I'll just tell you about a way around. So from here, just go to the pages, and once you will go to the pages, just click on add new page, or in your case it can be any page or whatever, wherever you want to create it. So in my case, I'll just call it hover over text to reveal image. All right. From here, where it says template, make sure I'll just choose Elementor canvas. In your case, you can just choose Elementor full width if you have header and footer on your website. In my case, I don't have any, so I'll just pick Elementor canvas from there. And then you can basically click on this publish button. And once you'll click on publish, from here, just click on edit with Elementor. And once you'll click on edit with Elementor, the Elementor page builder will start getting loaded. Now here you can see it is loaded. From here, what you actually have to do is to click on this plus to add a container. Now this will work only with the containers, and for now Elementor is only working with the container and there is no sections or columns anymore. You can either get flexbox containers or the grids. We are working on the flexbox containers. So just click on this flexbox container, and from here I want to use this direction column container. Now you can see I have this container. From here, just click on these 6 dots and then click on this style and basically remain on layout. And once you are here where it says minimum height, I want to change it to 100 VH, so it will take the entire screen. And that is basically it. And the only thing that I want to care about in this parent container is that the direction is set to vertical. Then just click on this plus to add an element and then insert a container right here. Now just click on this parent container. Let me just enable this navigator from here. So now in here you can see we have a parent container and I have just dropped a child container inside of it. So for the parent container, just click here and make sure you set it to justify in the center. So justify content in the center, and for the line items you can keep it the way it is. So now let's just go to this child element. You can basically rename them. I'll call it parent container, and then for the other one you can just click on it and then you can call it child container. All right, now we have this child container right here. Just click on this child container, and then from here what you actually want to do is to make sure you have this row reversed selected. You will know why we have selected row reversed in few minutes. So just select row reverse from here, and then after that make sure you select this to the center so everything is aligned in the center. That is basically it. And after that what you can do is to click on this plus to add an element. Right now I want to drop an image, so just drop an image inside there. So here you can see inside our child container we have an image right there. All right, so once you will add the image, from here what you have to do is to click on this image resolution and make sure you select full. Then click on this style, and where it says width, set it to 100%. Where it says max width, set it to 100%, and where it says height, click on percentage and set it to 100%. Next up, you can just click on advanced, and then where it says size, make sure you select none, and where it says width, click here and then click custom and make sure you select 45%, because I want this image to be 45% in my case. In your case you can make it up to any width that you want. That is your choice. Now just click on this plus, and then I want to drop a text element here, a heading element. So I'll just click on this child container right here, then I'll click on this plus, and then I'll drop the heading. Now for this heading, you can just click on this pencil icon and then just go to style, and where it says typography, in my case I want to use Poppins font. In your case it can be anything. And then I want to set the weight to 700, so it will be bold. And then I also want it to be uppercase, so I can just click on transform, and then it is in uppercase now. All right, then for the color, what I need is a light color, so something like this, light gray color or dark gray color, whatever you want to call it. I'll just set it here because after that it will be turned into the white color. So for this child container right here, make sure you have this row reverse selected, and then this is selected to the center. All right, so just click on this heading, and then just click on this advanced option right here. And once you click on this advanced option, I actually want to add a hover animation. So just click on transform and then click on hover, and where it says offset, click on this, and where it says offset X, you can just add 40 here. So when you hover over, it will basically offset to 40 pixels on the x-axis. Now for this transition duration, I will set it to 400 ms. So you will have a duration, a hover duration, hover over duration. That's what you can call it. And for the style, we can just align it on the left side, and that is basically what I want to do. And then you can also adjust the size. So for now I'll just set it to 50, and then we can basically begin by changing these items. Now for the image, what I actually want to do is to select the image. I have already uploaded few images, so I'll just click on content, and here you can see I have some of the images uploaded here. So I'll just pick some of these images. So maybe I'll just pick this image. All of my images are vertical, so I'll select this image here, and now you can see this image showing up here. And now I'll just give them the titles. I'll just give them a random title, so maybe um grainy bridge. I'm just giving them the random titles. I don't have anything in mind. All right, now we will basically have to give them the classes. For the text, we are not going to use any class, but for the image, we need a class. So just click here and then go to advanced, and then where it says CSS classes, just insert the class image1. So you will select a CSS class, just add image1 here, and then we'll have to add a class for this child container. So where you have the child container, just click here, and where it says advanced, just click there, and then insert CSS class text here. I know this is different. You can replace it with your own class based on your own easiness basically. So you can just replace this class here. So now we have a class added for the image, and then we have a class added for this child container right here. After that, what you can do is to start duplicating this to any number of items that you want. In my case, I'll just duplicate them 5 times. So we can have 5 images here. So for this second item, I can select a second image and then just give it a different title. So midnight building. And then for this one, I'll choose another image, this building exterior, that's what it is. And then also need another image, this image right here. We'll just call it dark building or building exterior. All right, now the last image that I want to select will be this image. So it will be, I'll call it just midnight uh midnight exterior, probably exterior. All right, now we have all the images, and now we have everything in here. Now you can just click on this parent container right here. So this is where we'll add our CSS. So I'll drop the CSS code that I'm using in the description of this video. You will find the link, and then you can get this CSS code from here. So then I'll just click on advanced where it says custom CSS. I'll just insert the custom CSS, and now you can see this is how it is going. At the first look, you may feel like the images are gone, but they are still here. Now as I hover over there, you can see it is working. As I hover over the text, you can see our images are showing up. Now there is an additional thing that you can do. If I click here where it says child container, if I click on the image, you can go to the style tab, and where it says border type, you can basically add a border. So I'll add a border in here, the white color border, and if I hover over, you'll find the border. This is actually this one. There you can see we have a border, and then you can basically adjust the opacity for the border and everything like that. You can control it. You can also add the drop shadows for the images if you want to. Now I'll just copy these and I'll paste the style for all of these items. So I'll paste style and paste style there, and the paste style there. So if I hover over, now you can see we have the border over the images on all of these things. So that is basically how you can add the border here. Now this is not it. You can see our text is basically aligned on the right side, which is not something that we need. So we can fix it. You can just click on this text and then go to advanced, and where it says width, just select custom. Remember we have the image as at 45%, so if I'll keep it 52%, this will go something like this, and then we'll have the gap between the image and the text. I'll do the same thing here, so I'll just copy and I'll paste the style for these fonts, and in that way they can be aligned on the left side, something like this. So now you can see they are aligned on the left side. Now you may wonder, how do you control the spacing between the items? I mean spacing between these headings. You can control that as well. And you can also change these font sizes. For that, just go to style tab and you can increase or decrease anything that you want. So I'll just set them to 55 so they look much bigger than how they are looking right now. So right now you can see this is how it is looking, and in order to adjust the spacing between the item, what you can do is to click on this parent container, and where it says layout and where it says cap, just click on this icon right here. And once you will do that, the adjusting the padding or the spacing between these items will be gone. And that is how basically you can control it. Now let me just show you if they are responsive. So for the tablet, if I click here, you can see they are not responsive completely. But if I hover over, you can see our images are showing up, which is nice thing. Now in order to make it to go full width, what you can do is to click on this pencil icon here, then go to advanced, and here remember we set it to 52%. You can increase this and you can just set it to 100%. That is basically everything you have to do. And then just paste style to all of these items. You can adjust them however you want to, but this is how I am actually doing it. And then if you want to align the text toward the right side, you can align it from here, and that way you will have the text aligned on the right side, but it will take in 100% of this container width. So now if I hover over, you can see this is how our images is showing. Next thing that you have to do is to click on this parent container, and where it says additional option, make sure you set overflow to hidden so that you don't have the weird horizontal scrolling on the screen. Now on the mobile devices, if I click here, you can see that's how it is looking. And if I hover over, you can see our images are showing up, which is fine. And then you can also adjust the font sizes. Where it says typography, I have set it to 55. I can just decrease this so it will just stay in one horizontal row. You will have to play around with this to make sure to basically find the right font size for these items right here. So let me just adjust the font size so we can basically find it. I guess 30 will work. So I'll just paste style on all of the rest of these items. So this is basically how you can make it responsive as well, and that's basically how you can achieve image over reveal effect over the text. If you find this tutorial helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and you can find a lot of similar videos on my channel. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.